Good evening. A messy commute today for drivers across the GTA, and walking wasn't much easier.
Snowfall watches have just ended within the past few minutes for much of the GTA, but remain in place north of the city. CTV's Allison Hurst has been out in the elements today and is live tonight with more. Allison.
Nathan, we've basically seen it all: snow, rain, a mix that has really made it quite a messy commute. Residents woke to slick, slippery roads for the morning commute.
It's crazy. It's not easy to drive, so be careful, watch out.
The OPP report there had been 150 collisions in the GTHA between 5 a.m. and 1 this afternoon, increasing wait times for roadside assistance.
You hit the brakes, you're going to slide, pretty guaranteed. Plows have been out, salters have been out, trying to keep up with the snow that's coming down right now.
The city is under a moderate snowfall warning, with Environment Canada calling for up to 10 centimeters.
I was hoping that I would get a message that the schools are closed today because of the bad weather.
Schools remained open, but some regions canceled buses. In York Region, buses for the York District and Catholic school boards were canceled. Halton Region canceled buses in zones 2 and 3 for the Halton District and Catholic school boards. Peel Region canceled all buses in zone 3, which is Caledon, for both Peel District and Dufferin-Peel Catholic school boards. And Durham Region also canceled all buses. Toronto and Hamilton warned delays were possible, but school buses were still running.
It's going to be a tough winter, I believe, because usually you don't get this early anyway.
Those who drove weren't the only ones experiencing a tough commute.
We have had a few buses that have gotten stuck in sort of hillier parts of the city today. They're free now, and we're working with the city to identify those locations and make sure that they can get out and get some plowing and salting done.
Extra staff was brought in overnight, and resources were moved around the system to hardest hit areas to manage the storm. Still, some commuters found the delays long.
Oh, it's terrible, yeah. So terrible. All the roads are clogged up. Yeah, it's taking so much time.
Convoys of plows were out targeting major routes and highways throughout the day. Police are reminding all drivers when there is no accumulation like we have seen, to make sure that they clear off their vehicles before they head on the roads. Also to leave a good amount of distance between your car and the vehicle in front of you in case you skid. And of course, to always have an escape route. Reporting live, I'm Allison Hurst. Michelle, back to you.
Thank you, Allison. And as we take a live look outside this hour, you can see, well, nothing in the way of major snow downtown. I think the headline for this evening is going to be the cold and the wind chill. Lindsay Morrison has your weather details tonight, and she is at the Toronto area Ford dealers in beautiful Oakville.
Right, spending time with so many generous donors, helping to build a toy mountain. Lindsay.
Oh, absolutely, Nathan and Michelle. It's a fabulous crowd here tonight. I'll introduce you to them in just a moment. But yes, we have to talk about this weather day. Snow, in some cases some rain, and perhaps tonight some icy and slippery conditions. So we'll begin with a look at the satellite and radar to show you that the majority of this snow is now moving out. This is great news. Some areas still expected to pick up maybe another trace to 2 centimeters. That's before snow squalls kick in. And this is mainly going to impact the traditional snow belt areas. Snowfall warnings are coming to an end around the GTA. So again, great news. The bulk of this system has now moved on out. As for the winds, well, they're just getting started. They're now coming out of the northwest, and they're sustained around 40 kilometers per hour, but gusting upwards of 50K, close to 60K in some areas too. So it's a cold northwest wind. It's going to send our temperature on a bit of a nosedive. Right now it is 0 degrees, but it feels like -7. Just make sure you're bundling up if you're heading out. Overnight tonight, we drop to a bitterly cold low of -9 degrees, which is going to feel more like -18. Good night to be inside and building a toy mountain. Tonight is all about celebrating the Toronto area Ford dealers. Look at all these toys. I think you're going to be impressed by just how many have been gathered. It is a night of generosity. Darcy Chismore, of course, you've been such a longtime supporter of Toy Mountain. We're here. This night is all about you guys.
Well, thank you, Lindsay. It's a lot of fun to be here tonight. We've had a great turnout from our dealers. We've got tons of toys here tonight and some presentations to make. So it's going to be 16 years for us. It's a great year.
Oh, sweet 16. Thank you so much for being a part of it. Mark Richardson, this has been an awesome year between the schools being involved with the Ford boxes. And of course, we have a couple more days to enter to ballot to win a Ford Bronco Big Bend.
Yes, we do. We have up until the 12th of December to drop off a new unwrapped toy at any one of your 23 Toronto area Ford dealers and get a ballot to win that 2025 Ford Bronco Big Bend. And the drawout would take place on December the 19th in the finale for Toy Mountain.
Oh, it's so exciting. It's a beautiful vehicle. We're going to show it to you in just a moment. But we want to meet some more friends here who have dropped off some toys and some donations. Remind me of your name and which dealership you're joining us from.
Brendan from Fraser Ford Oshawa, and we were able to get together 155 donations.
Oh, let's hear it for them. 150 toys. That is so wonderful. Congratulations and thanks for being here tonight. And you're joining us from?
Aaronwood Ford, Dave Raymond, and the staff raised $3,700. Our customers brought in a lot of toys. We brought 1,586 toys tonight.
Wow. Okay, let's hear it for these folks as well. You know, you've got a lot of your team here. Where's Mike? There you are, Mike. Okay, you're joining us from downtown Ford?
Correct, yeah. Mike Wintry from downtown Ford. We had our community really got behind it. We were able to bring 150 toys with us today, too.
That's absolutely fabulous. Lots more to come here as we celebrate the Toronto area Ford dealers in Oakville, Ontario. For now, Nathan and Michelle, I'll send it back over to you.
All right, great job. Thank you, Lindsay. Also tonight, too much holiday spirit. The Liberals push the province to sell surplus American liquor and donate profits to charity as the Ford government pores over the idea. But first, the campaign to get the brand new Finch West LRT moving faster was on track at Toronto City Hall today.
The new Line 6 opened over the weekend, but there still seems to be some debate over who's holding up getting it going faster. CTV's Rahim Ladani is live tonight with the latest on this. Rahim.
Hi, Michelle and Nathan. Yes, everyone seems to be in agreement. The Finch West LRT needs to run faster. But what we saw unfold today is a lot of finger pointing over who actually has the authority to make the necessary changes. And while that happens, caught in the middle are the riders. Fanfare surrounding the opening of the Finch West LRT has quickly faded.
This is actually slower than the bus.
Inside City Hall, transit advocates are hoping a political push will not only make Line 6 faster, but also Line 5, the long-delayed Eglinton Crosstown LRT. The biggest demand, strengthening transit signal priority to keep LRTs moving without waiting for lights to change.
The hardware is there. It'll take simply flicking a switch. But there needs to be an agreement between the TTC and Metrolinx.
Metrolinx could have handed over a fully functioning system that ran at its promised 34 minutes.
But while the TTC board debated a motion to explore speeding up the LRTs, Ontario's transportation minister pushed back.
The operational control is all within Toronto's traffic system, so they should be able to do that if they need to do it.
Pradmeet Sarkaria's stance is being echoed by Metrolinx, which tells CTV the City of Toronto and the TTC have been the ones to put speed restrictions through intersections and have not used the full extent of the train signal priority. If they wish to change that, they will find a wide open door at Metrolinx to update the software accordingly. With TTC and Metrolinx going back and forth, the TTC board chair says there are no temporary measures in place to make the LRT faster.
We're still in the soft launch period. We won't go to full service until spring. We have noticed that there are things that we can be doing better. For example, the way we convey information.
But irritated riders say communication won't speed up the commute.
The train being faster is the difference between missing a job application, missing an appointment for your health.
Mounting frustration that public transit isn't making life easier. Now, the TTC CEO did come and speak with us a short while ago. He told us that the transit signal priority isn't a flick of a switch, but more of an algorithm. He also said that at the end of January, that's January 2026, the TTC will be looking to improve that algorithm, which will then make the LRTs faster. But then I asked him how much faster, and he couldn't give us an answer. Reporting live, I'm Rahim Ladani. Nathan, back to you.
Thank you, Rahim. A stabbing inside a cell phone store in Toronto's East End sent one person to hospital. It happened this afternoon near Main and Danforth. The victim has serious but non-life-threatening injuries. Police are searching for a male suspect, and he's described as around 6 feet tall with dreadlocks and was last seen wearing a green or black jacket.
The York Regional Police Major Collisions Bureau is appealing for witnesses after a man was struck and killed by a dump truck in Whitchurch-Stouffville early yesterday morning. The 64-year-old was struck shortly after 4 a.m. near Bloomington and Kennedy Road. He died at the scene. The driver of the dump truck was not injured and remained on scene. Police say an investigation is ongoing, and they are looking to anyone who perhaps might have information or dash camera video to come forward.
Police have released images of a man arrested for allegedly assaulting 5 female victims over the past month. 24-year-old Eamon Dia is charged with 4 counts of assault and 1 count of robbery. Police say Dia was involved in 4 assaults on Monday, including at Bathurst Station and Jane Station. They also say he assaulted women near Yonge and Shepherd on November 10th. Police are concerned there may be more victims. Meanwhile, police are asking for your help finding 3 women wanted in connection with an assault downtown. All 3 suspects are believed to be between the ages of 18 and 25. On November 23rd, police say the suspects were in a car on King West and had an interaction with 2 women who were walking by. The suspects are accused of assaulting the women and trying to pull them into their vehicle. They were briefly dragged down the street as the driver accelerated. The victims were not seriously hurt.
Still ahead, King Charles III coronation medals and who got them. What CTV News discovered about some of the recipients, raising questions about whether the awards did more than just recognize good deeds, but in some cases rewarded donors. Millions of dollars of American liquor remains off of Ontario store shelves, a reaction to the Canada-U.S. trade war.
Tonight, the Ontario Liberals are calling on the government to restock the shelves with U.S. booze and donate the proceeds of American liquor sales to local food banks. CTV's Queen's Park Bureau Chief Siobhan Morris is live at Queen's Park tonight with more on this plan and what the Premier thinks of it. Siobhan.
Well, the Liberals say they're trying to start a conversation here about all the booze collecting dust and follow the lead of other provinces to help out this holiday. It was packed away in March. Loads of California wines and Kentucky bourbon. Ontario's salvo in the U.S. trade war.
Can we sell that American liquor, use the profit, and give it to Ontario's food banks? Have it do some good?
Ontario's sitting on $80 million of unsold American booze. About $2 million of that is about to expire.
Will he pour all that U.S. booze down the drain or let the LCBO sell it to help food banks feed families?
The Ford government says Ontario vintners, brewers and distillers have seen their sales soar since the U.S. competition has been in storage.
To put American alcohol back on the shelves would mean we're saying to all of those Ontario employees, you're not valued.
Manitoba put some of its American booze back on the market for charity just today. People even lined up to snag a bottle of previously forbidden brew. Nova Scotia, Newfoundland and Labrador, and PEI have similar plans for their U.S. stock.
Well, I'd have to talk with the LCBO and see what they have to think.
The Premier stressing taking American alcohol out of circulation was meant to send a message.
Until Donald Trump gets back and starts signing a deal, stops going after our manufacturing, going after our companies, going after our communities and families, we need to hit back.
Shoppers are raising a glass to selling U.S. booze again.
That's a good idea.
I'm all right with that. As long as we're helping people here in Canada.
That's good. Why not? It'll help anyone in need.
The CEO of Toronto's Daily Bread Food Bank says revenue from these sales would go far, but the fix would be temporary.
I would love to see that $80 million develop $80 million worth of affordable housing or $80 million worth of supports to those on OW or ODSP.
Structural changes to keep people from needing to turn to food banks in the first place. Feed Ontario reported last week that over 1 million people in Ontario are counting on food banks. In Toronto, that number is 1 in 10. Reporting live from Queen's Park, I'm Siobhan Morris. Michelle, back to you.
Thank you, Siobhan. The province says a temporary home for the Ontario Science Centre at Harbourfront Centre is expanding.
There will be some of the older exhibits from the original Science Centre that will be put in the interim location, but that's something that is up to the Science Centre staff to decide. I think programming is going to be hugely important to this. It's something I'm keenly interested in and having discussions with the Science Centre staff directly on. But we have a huge opportunity here. This is right on the water. It's got beautiful natural light, indoor, outdoor learning, and it's a lot of fun.
The original Science Centre closed in 2024 amid concerns about the building's structural integrity. The province says a smaller, temporary exhibit at Harbourfront Centre will grow to cover an area of over 86,000 square feet by the summer. They also say a new location at Ontario Place is due to open in 2029, but the opposition is questioning the government's timeline.
Originally, they were going to reopen some sort of interim science center in January. We asked them to confirm if they were opening it in January. They didn't have an answer. They didn't have any money in the last fall economic statement for the science center. So now they're saying they're going to open something in the summer next year. I don't know if I believe this. Sounds a little bit like a fly-by-night plan, because I'll tell you, just a few weeks ago, there was no plan.
Meanwhile, the Ontario Science Centre exhibit at Sherway Gardens will close on January 4th. Last year, an Auditor General's report found the cost estimate for the new Science Centre's construction has increased by nearly $400 million compared to the province's 2023 business case for relocating it.
The King Charles Medal is supposed to be given to people who've made a significant contribution to Canada.
But as CTV's John Woodward reports, there's an overlap between recipients of that award nominated by Ontario politicians and companies that got money from a controversial government fund.
Thank you very much.
This May, Ontario's Premier thanked veterans as he offered them the King Charles III Coronation Medal, a recognition of service to Canada, timed to the inauguration of Canada's head of state. Around 30,000 medals were given out across Canada, with nominations coming from many public service organizations.
Congratulations.
About 1,400 nominations were made by Ontario MPPs, and among those names, we found a dozen people tied to companies that also got the nod for provincial government grants through the $2.5 billion Skills Development Fund.
What kind of shop are you running, Premier?
That fund has been slammed for months in question period as a slush fund for PC supporters, though the government stands by it.
I treat my patients like their family.
One of dentist John Magirius' companies got a $2 million grant. He got a King Charles Medal too. His dental practice claimed it treated the Ford family. Magirius' staff didn't answer questions about who his nomination came from. Doug Ford says it wasn't him.
Premier, did you nominate the dentist John Magirius for a King Charles Medal?
No, so let me just clear up this King Charles Medal. Even the opposition falls under my name as Premier. We handed out, I guess, thousands of them across the province, and the people that got them, and that's it.
We can't tell which MPP nominated which award recipient, so we decided to take a look at the recipients as a group and see if we could spot any patterns. Of the 1,400, about 500 were political donors. They gave to the Green Party about $60,000, to the Ontario Liberals about $295,000, to the NDP about $500,000, and to the PCs about $2.5 million. About 5 times the donations from the NDP, with about twice the seats in the legislature.
It's more likely, probably, there's a pattern here of a preferential treatment.
Not a surprise to this critic.
Whenever politicians are handing out anything, it's based on politics.
The dentist, John Magirius, donated about $20,000 to the PCs. Other recipients reached by CTV say they don't think their donations played a part, and they got the medal on merit. John Woodward, CTV News.
Liberal MP and former Cabinet Minister Karina Gould says she will not seek the Ontario Liberal Party leadership. Gould finished third in the federal Liberal leadership race behind Prime Minister Mark Carney and former Finance Minister Chrystia Freeland. She began considering a run for the Ontario Liberal leadership after Bonnie Crombie announced she would be resigning following a leadership review earlier this year. However, Gould has stated she feels she can be most effective by remaining in her role as the MP for Burlington.
A big sigh of relief for thousands of Air Transat passengers after a pilot strike was averted.
CTV's Scott Hurst has more on the tentative deal and what it means for ticket holders.
It came at the 11th hour, but the pilots' union and Air Transat reached a deal to avoid a strike just hours before pilots were set to hit the picket lines, a move that would have grounded the entire fleet.
It's nice to know they got agreements.
The 750 pilots will now get a chance to vote to ratify the agreement. The union says the deal brings its members in line with industry standards and delivers on the goals of better job security, enhanced compensation, and more flexibility in scheduling. But details have not been made public. The airline is calling the deal an important milestone and a complete overhaul of the pilots' collective agreement.
We found the right balance that will allow us to remain competitive, have competitive salaries, while preserving the DNA of offering affordable products to our customers.
Just shy of 20 flights were canceled between yesterday and today in preparation of a strike. Air Transat says canceled flights will not be reinstated. But ongoing reservations should not be impacted as the airline gets back up to full service by the end of day tomorrow. Scott Hurst, CTV News, Toronto.
There are only a few weeks left of 2025, and already many Canadians are worried about how they'll be able to afford food, debt, and housing costs next year. The financial fears come as the Bank of Canada announces it's holding rates steady, saying inflation has come down enough. CTV's Annie Bergeron-Oliver reports.
The malls may be busy, but this year many Canadians are focused less on presents and more on presents.
Me and all my friends make gifts for each other, and I feel like that makes it so much more lasting, and it's not like a cost worry thing in the holidays.
This holiday season, economic anxiety is high. According to a new Nanos report, 42% of people rank grocery prices as their top financial concern. 17% say their biggest concern is personal debt. 16% housing costs, 8% job security, and just 8% say they have no financial concerns.
You roll all that stuff up, and it's interesting, just paying for the groceries being the top concern that people think that they're going to have when it comes to 2026. So it's pretty basic.
The financial stress being tied to uncertainty around tariffs and the high cost of living.
If it was me, we'd be vegetarian, but I have good Canadian hockey players. They like their meat, milk, and cereal.
And for those wishing for prices to come down, the Bank of Canada says that would actually be bad news.
If we were to try to push the whole price level down, that would cause a severe recession in Canada. Nobody wants that.
So what can Canadians do to help their financial future? Experts say try tracking where money is coming in and going out.
Some lifestyles aren't sustainable anymore. Things have just gotten really expensive. So what you want to do with those big purchases, I think, is either avoid them or delay them or partition them. And maybe that's the best way to go.
Overall, inflation is expected to remain steady next year, with the Bank of Canada expecting it to hover around 2%. Annie Bergeron-Oliver, CTV News, Ottawa.
A Canadian Nobel Prize winner received his award today during a ceremony in Stockholm. The King of Sweden presented the prize in economics to Peter Howitt. He was among 3 researchers recognized in October for having explained innovation-driven economic growth. Howitt received his bachelor's degree in economics from Montreal's McGill University and his master's degree from Western University in London, Ontario. He has said working in Canada was where he really cut his teeth as an economist, and says the atmosphere at Western was the one that really taught him how to be a productive scholar. Howitt is currently a professor of social sciences at Brown University in Rhode Island.
Coming up, connecting patients with the health care they need. A clinic in East Toronto works to ease the burden with a new initiative to address the province's primary care challenges.
And I'm Pat Foran. Coming up on Consumer Alert, if you have holiday shopping left to do, but you're trying to save money, would you ever give someone a second-hand gift? Thrifting has gone mainstream, and many people now have no problem with a thrifted, retro, or pre-owned gift. That story is just ahead.
Well, the Toronto area Ford dealers are certainly doing their part to help us build a toy mountain. And we've got a great group of friends here joining us from the Golden Horseshoe Mustang Association. Thanks for joining us tonight, and you brought a donation.
We did. We had 75 toys collected and a check for $1,500.
That's phenomenal. Thank you so much to the Mustang Association. It's so great to see you all again. Mark, I want to chat with you again because we've had quite a few significant donations dropped off. Some people couldn't be here tonight, though.
Yes, we've had great participation from our dealers. Over half of them are actually here tonight, but we did have 2 dealers who were unable to make it. We've got Markville Ford Lincoln in Markham, who collected 55 toys and would like to present the Salvation Army with a check for $500.
Wow, thank you.
And we have Thorncrest Ford in Etobicoke, who collected and delivered 168 toys to us today.
That's phenomenal. Thank you so much to these teams. And if you're watching at home and you're thinking, hey, how can I make a difference? You can. Here's some information on your screen. You can text to donate. You can scan can to find out more about this Toy Mountain campaign and what we are all about. Not too much longer to go, and we're hoping to make sure that this mountain is nice and big to help so many GTA families this holiday season. Lots more to come. We've got your weekend forecast. We are live in Oakville. We'll let you listen to the Salvation Army Band as we head off to break. You're watching CTV News. We'll be right back.
Many people are looking to save money these days, but that doesn't mean your gift giving has to suffer.
More people are now considering secondhand gifts, whether it's thrifting something or buying a nostalgic item from days gone by. Pat Foran has our consumer alert tonight. Pat?
Thanks, Michelle and Nathan. Thrifting has become popular over the past few years, especially with younger people looking for unique, one-of-a-kind items. Many thrifters enjoy the hunt for interesting products and clothing, and it's good for the planet. Vintage Vendors in Oshawa describes itself as retro, antique, and unique, but it's also part of the thrifting culture taking hold with many consumers. Susan Johnson says there are more than 100 vendors here with items that could make for a great present.
The stigma of buying used items and giving them as gifts has gone away.
Retro Christmas goods are highly sought after at this time of year. Another popular segment is vintage clothing. Many younger buyers see it as a way to purchase higher quality goods that are often hard to find.
I don't think this will last very long in the store because the fact that it's the bay, it's this gorgeous red color looks like amazing condition.
Consumer Reports says thrifting has gone mainstream and people are more willing to accept a secondhand item.
I think people's feelings towards that have changed a lot in the last couple of years. Thrifting can help you find something really special and meaningful for the people on your list.
Researchers also say consider refurbished electronics, as you can often get something used that's dependable for a fraction of the price. Your best bets are smartphones that are no more than 3 generations old, laptops, desktops, monitors, gaming consoles, TVs less than 3 years old, cameras, routers, and audio devices. Consider refurbished products sold at big box stores, which often come with a return policy or warranty. No matter what kind of secondhand item you buy, it's also good for the planet.
All the items we have here, if we weren't reselling them and reusing them and recycling them, they would be ending up in the landfills.
When it comes to toys, many people are nostalgic for the past. They love collecting Hot Wheels, Superman, Batman, and anything Star Wars.
Toys from the 90s are really hot right now for the kids that are in their 30s right now. They're buying stuff that they played with.
By thrifting items or checking out vintage shops, you could discover some unique goods you won't find anywhere new, and you may save some money at the same time. And it's nice to save money, but there are some items you should never buy secondhand, like baby goods such as car and booster seats or cribs and bassinets. You should also avoid bike and sports helmets without knowing their prior history. On your side, I'm Pat Foran.
If you have a consumer story idea, email us at alert@ctv.ca.
All right, to the forecast, we've had a mix of everything today. We've had snow, we've had rain, road conditions not great.
It's nice to see, Lindsay, that the snow is pushing out. I'm sure you had a fun time navigating the roads today as you made your way out to Oakville, but I'm glad you're there because really where you are is one of the key partnerships in our Toy Mountain campaign.
It's a key partnership, Michelle, and I must say, I also grew up in Oakville, so it's very special for me to be out here. Love Oakville, and love everybody who has joined us tonight. Also love this vehicle. This is a special one. This is the Ford Bronco Big Bend, and somebody who makes a donation to Toy Mountain is going to win this one. So Darcy Chisholmore, tell us more.
Well, this is the Bronco Big Bend. It's the prize vehicle this year for Toy Mountain. So if anyone out there is able, please come donate a toy to Toy Mountain. If you donate it at one of our 23 Toronto area Ford dealers by Friday, you only have 2 days left, you enter a ballot for your chance to win this beautiful Bronco Big Bend.
And it's always a lot of fun. We give away the vehicle during our finale night.
On the finale, we'll have 5 finalists, and we'll do a draw throughout the hour, and we'll get down to the person that's going to win this vehicle, and this will be under their Christmas tree when they go home.
You might need a big Christmas tree. That's a good-looking vehicle. Thank you so much, Darcy. Want to come over and chat with a few more friends who are helping us build a toy mountain? Your name?
Eric.
And you're joining us from?
Wintry Ford.
Okay, thank you so much for your donation today. What are you contributing?
The dealership will be providing $2,000.
Wow, $2,000, Salvation Army. That's fantastic. Your name, sir?
Max.
From?
Summit Ford.
Okay, Summit Ford. Thanks for joining us tonight. And?
We got a $4,000 donation.
$4,000. The generosity, outstanding. Thank you so much. Nice to see you again. Your name and where you're from?
My name's Eric. I'm from Planet Ford in Brampton, part of the Performance Auto Group.
Wonderful. And you also are making a donation tonight on behalf of your group. $2,000. This mountain is getting bigger and bigger. And Kennedy Ford,
Yes.
Thank you for hosting us tonight.
Of course, of course. Yes, I'm Clayton from Kennedy Ford, and we're happy to donate $3,500.
Incredible. Thank you so much. Look at all these toys. I think we are doing our part tonight to build a toy mountain. Yes, it sounds nice and loud as well. Thank you so much to everyone and for coming out on a bit of a snowy evening as well. Fortunately, that snow is starting to taper off. Let's take a look at your weather forecast, beginning with a look at the satellite and radar. Weather warnings are starting to come to an end, including some of those snowfall warnings, so that is wonderful to see. This has been a juicy system that brought heavy, wet snow to many parts of the GTA throughout the day today. Some areas also got a little bit of rain mixed in too. And now as the temperature begins to plummet, there could be some icy spots. So do be careful on sidewalks, on driveways. Could be a little bit tricky for travel by foot or by vehicle tonight. So just take care. Into tomorrow, we are looking at lake effect snow squalls. So as those northwest winds kick in, the squalls move off of Georgian Bay and Lake Ontario, Lake Huron, also Lake Ontario, but that doesn't impact us so much because of the direction of the winds. However, we could still see a few flurries. Any more measurable snow is going to be for communities north and west of here for the most part. But another good squall line looks to develop into the day on Friday. That could clip areas like Barrie, perhaps northern Durham region, and then out east. We're going to have some sun over the next couple of days, which is lovely to see as well. Measurable snow, as mentioned, is more so going to be for the traditional snow belt areas. We could see maybe a trace to another centimeter of snow tonight here in the GTA. But again, for the most part, we are now finished with that accumulating snow. But we're starting to cool down. It is now -1 degree in the city of Toronto. It feels like -9. Look at where we expect to fall to overnight tonight. -9, the forecast low. Wind chill, -18. We're not so much going to feel that this evening. We are really going to feel it as we are waking up tomorrow morning and heading out the door. So bundle up the kids, and prepare for it not to get much warmer than about -5 degrees for a high tomorrow. Wind chill -9. Again, mix of sun and cloud and a few flurries. Condition-wise, I think a bit of a better day than today, but still some very gusty northwest winds. And temperature-wise, yeah, it is going to be cold. We have been below seasonal all through December. Normal temperature this time of year is about +2. I think we can all agree it's been pretty chilly as of late, and that pattern looks to continue. Let's take a look, if we can, into the weekend. So your 7-day forecast looks like this. Friday, actually a pretty pleasant day. Mix of sun and cloud, -1 for the high, so we're closer to seasonal. You know it's been cold when -1 is our warm day. It does get cooler into the weekend, -3 degrees for a high on Saturday, only -5 degrees on Sunday. Condition-wise, flurries with a mix of sun and cloud. Overnight low into Sunday, -10 degrees. And it looks like we have the opportunity for some snow and maybe some mixed precipitation at times into next week as well. We are live here in Oakville. Tonight is all about the celebration of the Toronto area Ford dealers. Gina, we just listed off a whole whack of donations from some wonderful people, some fabulous dealerships. This has to feel good.
It sure does. You know, the temperature might be going down outside, but inside the generosity temperature is up. So thank you, Toronto area Ford dealers. We love you.
Let's hear it for all of you here tonight. We still have to meet quite a few of the donors as well. Hold up those toys and show us what we're donating tonight. Gina, for anybody who's looking to do some shopping or contribute, what kinds of toys are we looking for now?
Well, we value every single toy, but the teens and the tweens, so the craft kits, puzzles, games. Those are the kind of toys that we really need now.
And if you have an opportunity and you want to drop off a new unwrapped toy at one of our drop-off bins around the GTA, make sure you snap a photo as well, tag us on social media, or email your photo to us. We would love to celebrate you, in addition to all these fine folks who have joined us here tonight in Oakville as we build a toy mountain. I love the spirit here. Nathan and Michelle, this crowd is fabulous. I'm going to send it back over to you.
The latest stats show Canada is making some headway in getting primary care access for more people.
As our health reporter Pauline Chan tells us, a new program has just started to help those in East Toronto find a family doctor.
Hello, how are you? I am feeling more optimistic than ever as it pertains to primary care and family medicine.
Dr. Catherine Yu leads an 11-physician team at the new East Toronto Primary Care Navigation Clinic, part of Michael Garron Hospital.
What we try and do is think about the health care stabilization that needs to be done because many of our patients have not been seen by a family doctor for many, many years.
With Michael Garron's emergency department often running at 119% capacity, the hope is to ease that burden and find long-term care for East End residents.
We recognize that our patients need, in addition to seeing a family doctor, having that full care team that can truly address what they need. So it could include a referral to our social worker. It could include a referral to a peer support worker.
Figures from earlier this week show 5.9 million Canadians need a family doctor, a slight improvement from 3 years ago.
If preventative care, such as vaccinations, such as cancer screening, such as chronic disease screening for diabetes and cholesterol, are not available to patients, then of course, over the course of time, they're at higher risk of getting acutely ill.
The federal government is also taking the initiative to increase primary care providers, fast-tracking foreign-trained doctors who have at least 1 year of recent Canadian experience. The program will begin in early 2026.
We certainly serve 22 neighborhoods in East Toronto, and 5 neighborhoods are known in our data to be priority neighborhoods.
The clinic has only been open for 6 weeks, but when it's running at full capacity, they hope to see about 1,500 people for in-person visits each year. Pauline Chan, CTV News.
British author Sophie Kinsella, known for her Confessions of a Shopaholic series, has died at 55 after a battle with breast cancer. Kinsella's family said that despite her illness, Sophie counted herself truly blessed. She sold 50 million books, which have been translated into more than 40 languages. The first 2 books from her Shopaholic series were adapted into a 2009 movie starring Isla Fisher.
In the UK, Prince William knighted a rock legend today.
It's a great honour for me, but also it's an incredible honour for the Teenage Cancer Trust, of which I accept this honour for all those people who have helped me build that charity for what it is today, without whom it never would have happened.
Roger Daltrey was recognized for services to music and charity. The Who's lead singer is patron of the Teenage Cancer Trust and has been the driving force behind the nonprofit's annual fundraising concerts at London's Royal Albert Hall.
After the break, the Bank of Canada decides to hold steady, keeping the key interest rate right where it is. The reasoning and the rest of the day's business headlines next.
We are having a great night here with the Toronto area Ford dealers in Oakville. I've got Andy and Peter here from Mayfield Ford. Thanks for joining us tonight, and you're making a donation.
Yes, we are. We've raised over 300 toys from our team at Mayfield, and additional $2,000.
That's fabulous. Thank you. Mayfield Ford. Sarah, you're joining us from?
Oakland Ford Lincoln here in Oakville.
Wonderful. And you're making a donation as well.
We are. With our employees and customers, we have almost 400 toys we brought today. We're not done yet.
Oh, not done yet. There is still time to drop off a toy. And I wanted to connect with my friends from, you're joining us from Dixie Ford. Your name?
My name is Raj.
Raj. And you're making a donation tonight on behalf of your group?
Yes, we are. Dixie Ford's going to be donating $2,000.
Wow, unbelievable. You know, I'm losing track, Gina, of all the monetary donations, all the toys. This is so fantastic. If you would like to make a donation to Toy Mountain, there are ways you can do that. And one of the ways is to text to donate. So text toys to 30333, and that will allow you to make a $25 donation directly to the Salvation Army. We will be live on location tomorrow night in Markham at the Pride of Canada Carousel. That's always a favorite of ours. And then on Friday, you can join us at Scarborough Town Center as we continue to build a toy. And we're not done yet. Lots more to come here live from Oakville, celebrating the Toronto area Ford dealers here on CTV News. It's going to be a cold start to the day tomorrow, and a reminder, our temperature is often at its coldest just before sunrise. Make sure yourself and the kids are all bundled up as you head out the door tomorrow morning. Your forecast recap is coming up.
As expected, the Bank of Canada held the key lending rate at 2.25%. BNN Bloomberg's Marilla Fernandez has the reasons behind the decision.
The governor for the Bank of Canada says the rate is where it needs to be to keep inflation in check. Tiff Macklem had hinted the rate would stay the same in October, and with growth in the economy and positive employment data, the bank decided not to move. But the governor did point to Canada working through a structural adjustment, which he is keeping a close eye on. Across the border, the U.S. Federal Reserve did cut the key lending rate by 25 points, taking the rate to 3.5 to 3.75%. The central bank says the outlook for inflation and employment haven't changed much since its last announcement in October. The greater concern has been weakness in the U.S. labor market. Shares in Oracle started to sink after the company reported earnings after the end of the trading day. It missed on some key metrics as it deals with rising debt to fund a push into AI data centers. Investors want to see revenue generated from the spending. Here are the closing numbers for the day. The Canadian dollar is up to 72.49. West Texas Intermediate crude is up to 58.79. Western Canadian Select is down to 44.53. And the TSX gained 246 points today for another record close. Those are your business headlines. I'm Marilla Fernandez.
The Business Report is brought to you by Canadian Western Bank, the bank built for business.
Australia's social media ban for kids under the age of 16 is now in effect. Sydney's Harbour Bridge lit up in green and gold today to mark the start of the ban, which is the first of its kind in the world. There was also a large sign that read, "Let them be kids." 10 major social media platforms, including TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, must now block users under the age of 16 or face massive fines. Some 200,000 accounts have already been deactivated on TikTok alone.
South Korea will require all AI-generated advertisements to be clearly labeled starting in 2026. The move targets deep fakes and fabricated experts promoting food, pharmaceuticals, cosmetics, and gambling online. Fines and penalties will increase, and platforms must ensure advertisers comply with the labeling rules. Authorities will also speed up monitoring and takedowns using AI to identify harmful or misleading ads.
Tonight, Canadian families digging into a deeper financial hole.
The kids are getting older too, so they want more expensive things.
Who parents are increasingly leaning on to help fulfill the holiday gift list. Later on CTV National News and watch live on Crave.
Get Toronto's top stories, breaking news alerts, and watch live. Download the CTV News app.
All right, this is a special day for our Lindsay Morrison. She's in Oakville. I didn't know this, where she grew up, and something else special is going on.
Oh, yes, Lindsay Morrison is celebrating her birthday. Happy birthday, Lindsay. I know you didn't say anything about it, but honestly, we hope you have a wonderful day. You're beautiful inside and out.
Nathan, Michelle, thank you so much. I must work with a group of journalists because you investigated and somehow word got out, even though I was keeping this a secret. And here at the Toronto Area Ford dealers, they also have a birthday cake for me here tonight. So yes, I'm very, very spoiled. Thank you to all of you. Dave, just want to mention again, we talked about Aaron Wood Ford. You guys collected a pretty significant amount of toys. Remind our viewers.
We just had everybody working on it. Everybody in the dealership and customers came to the party, but we did a fundraiser with the staff, $4,500 raised. I was wrong about $3,700. That was kind of special that the staff's committed to the program.
Okay, congratulations. Let's hear it for them. That's amazing. Darcy and Mark and Dave, we've got a few Daves here. This is the 30th anniversary of the 30th annual CTV Toy Mountain. You've been a partner for, as we mentioned, a number of years. So you wanted to do something a little special this year.
We do. We made a donation at the start of the program, but now we have another donation we'd like to make to the Toy Mountain program. So here we are.
So with tonight, we'd like to bring our total up another $30,000 to the program.
$30,000, and that number is significant because it's for the 30th anniversary.
Correct. It is for the 30th anniversary, Lindsay. So thank you.
We can't thank you enough for that. In fact, I don't want to be the one to say it. Let's talk to Gina and Jeff from the Salvation Army. What a night, Jeff.
This is absolutely amazing. It's been an amazing night, and donations like this go a long way in helping us to meet needs of families at Christmas time, not just at Christmas time, but all year, right? Because we know that need knows no season. So whether it's at Christmas, whether it's through the year, helping someone through our family services, it's just amazing, and we want to say thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We're going to let you join the band over there. Let's give a little shout out to everyone over here who's been helping us build a toy mountain. We're going to take one more look at your weather for the next 7 days. It's chilly tonight, and it will be cool as we make our way into the weekend as well. And we want to remind you, too, that you can donate to Toy Mountain by dropping off a new unwrapped toy at any of our GTA locations. And you can find out more by visiting toymountain.ca. A fabulous night here tonight building a toy mountain. Thank you, Toronto Area Ford dealers. We'll take it away, Salvation Army Band. Nathan and Michelle, back to you.
Wow,
that
that's just
great.
wonderful. Thank you. Can't wait to see who wins that Ford ride next week. That's it for us, but be sure to join Omar Sajidina tonight at 11 for CTV National News, followed by Andrea Case, who has your next local newscast at 11:30.
Meantime, our coverage continues on CP24 and at ctvnewstoronto.ca.
Her birthday girl, Lindsay Morrison, and all of us here at CTV News, thanks for watching and have a wonderful night.